Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green. Welcome back to Metroid Prime Remastered. We've picked up our Morph Ball, we've picked up our missile launcher, and I'm going to get the last main upgrade we need from here before I go and do some backtracking. Because we do want to get as many things as we can and not fall off. But it's also important to make sure we have everything we need, just to make our life a little bit easier. So, once we've cleared everything out, like, we pretty much just need those main collectibles to fight the boss of this area, but it's worth grabbing as many pickups as we can just so things aren't as troublesome later on. As I said, we're going deeper into the ruins because we have the Morph Ball. And we come to a ruined fountain. Now, if we pay attention to the map, you might notice that there's an area that loops around here and one that goes off to a different location. So, we have to move very carefully because if we step in that water, it's poisonous. It hurts a lot. So, try not to land in it. I will try not to. Don't jump into the fountain either. But do scan the lore. The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceed our expectation. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it has already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening. What do they mean by that? Well, we'll find out in due course. Now, we can potter over this way, and I think we'll encounter a new enemy. Nope, blast caps. But we will encounter a lot of green and a lot of poison water. So, intense heat wreathings detected behind this door. That, like, the effects that this can have on your visor, it already just steams up from opening the door. That's really impressive. Yeah, that's a really neat detail. So don't go through here or else
it burns!
You take a lot of damage. Very quickly. Now, you know what that means, don't you? At some point, in order to survive that particular area, we need the shoulders. We will be getting the Varia suit back. Alright, so there you saw that the poisonous water is corrosive. It's not quite as fast as the intense heat, but we'll divert to add Shriek Bats, territorial ceiling dweller, body temperature peaks at 121 degrees centigrade. Shriek Bats have high internal temperature, making them easy to spot with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings while hunting for small prey. Fiercely territorial, they dive bomb anything that wanders near. So, pick them off from range with well-placed shots, or just attack them when they come at you. Please note that Shriek Bats appear to be based on Screes from the original and Super. And another scan entry. This is the Reaper Vine, powerful rock-dwelling tentacle. A single eye upon the Reaper Vine keeps a constant vigil, but its vision is limited to 10 meters. A scythe-like appendage on its tip is honed to lethal sharpness. The Reaper Vine will swing this blade wildly at anything that enters its zone of perception. So we can't easily defeat them. We can only force them to retract for the time being. Now, we can wind up going further up, but we do need to do a lot of scanning and we need a specific item to get there. For example, we can see that if we get those weeds away, there is a runic symbol to activate. But we can't do much more because we can't get through the top of the room. We need one more item. So with that out of the way, Move through here, and it's pretty neat being able to see Samus's face on her visor, seeing it affected by steam and heat and rain and gunk from enemies. All sorts of really cool details. Now, if you want, there is a save station through here. I probably should have saved in between episodes, but oh well. Can I... No, I can't get any of those. Now, you can get a pickup going through that door over there. Don't go there just yet. My recommendation is to head up here. Gun down the blast caps and shriek bats that get in your way. Interestingly, the arm cannon seems to auto-track the shriek bats. A very good way of demonstrating that Samus really just is that good. So there's a shortcut you can take up there a little later on, but we don't have the capacity to pull it off just yet. Instead, we've got to make the slow, steady climb. I'm surprised that worked up here. Alright. Okay, it was just a delayed fall. Now we can actually get through here. Be very careful and don't run off the edge after you get out of the tunnel. And now the shriek bats are coming at us. So we've made our way over. Still so astonishing. Like, I could go on for ages just about all the details and things. The way everything has been so well constructed. Just all the pieces of rubble and things that have fallen down, and you can see the bits of nature possibly coming through. Trying to reclaim everything, but also having been heavily damaged. You just wonder what's happening. What exactly is that great poison? Is it connected to the water we've seen here? So, make sure to scan this, because it's a limited time opportunity. Lock system engaged. Secure the area to unlock door. So, I think if we go this way, then we can't do anything because the water is too deep and it's very poisonous and we will be hurt. But if we go this way, we can find alternate pathways. Even shallows like that will hurt us. It's that bad. There is a small tunnel and there is this guy. The Stone Toad preys on creatures smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. A Stone Toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible, it regurgitates. Stone Toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat. So you can walk right up to him and boop him on the nose. He won't do anything. You can shoot him. Wow, he really doesn't do anything. So, if you go near him in Morph Ball mode, he will try and swallow you and then spit you out. So, how are we going to wind up dealing with an opponent like that? We will find out in just a little bit. See how there's a huge hive structure in here? We're about to get another big boss fight. And it's another neat tutorial, as such. We get that funky music again. Against the incinerator drone programmed for high temperature waste disposal. Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when internal power core is damaged. Unit has minimal combat programming but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blasts compensate for its lack of battle prowess. So, you need to be locked on and you need to be moving. Strafe around it and hit that. Get your scan visor out, because coming out of that barbed war wasp dwelling is, unsurprisingly, the barbed war wasp. Another one-time scan. So here they are, barbed war wasp. Airborne insect with the ability to launch its stinger at prey. A highly aggressive member of the war wasp family, this insect can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey. Manage your targets well, shoot them down, and dodge the drone. It will teach you, essentially, to manage your targets and also to make sure that you're strafing properly. If the Parasite Queen didn't get you to do that, then the incinerated drone will. So 4 rounds and you'll be able to take it down. Grab the pickups if you need them. Excuse me. Whoop. Lost my lock on a little bit. But interestingly, as soon as we take it out, all the barbed war wasps die. Probably keeping it a little simpler. Was probably not as focused as I could have been. But, nonetheless, we've got bombs. We have recovered a fair portion of our kit from the start. Morphball bomb acquired. Press A to drop a morphball bomb. Morphball bomb. The morphball bomb is the default weapon for the morphball. Press A when in morphball mode to drop a morphball bomb. Samus notes the morphball bomb can be used to crack walls and activate certain devices. If the morphball is near a morphball bomb, when it explodes it will be popped a short distance into the air. This is called a bomb jump. When a morphball bomb explodes, it must be close to the enemy to be effective. The morphball bomb can break items made of sandstone or telluric alloy. So it doesn't actually tell you. We do get an entry for energy tanks and... hold on, let me check that. Yep, so energy tanks increase the power level available to your suit's defense screens. Each energy tank increases the suit's energy by 100 units. The more energy the suit has, the longer it lasts in hostile situations. All energy tanks are fully recharged at save stations. The gunship has the capability as well. So, there's info on the power suit as well. Provides life support functions and is well shielded from attack. The modular nature of the power suit allows for the addition of weapons, visors, and other gear as needed. The power suit shielding loses energy with each hit. Collect energy when possible to keep the shielding charged. So there's Morph Ball. So it actually doesn't tell you, but you can flick the controller up in the control setting I have in order to do a jump with the spring ball function, which is really, really bothersome because you don't find out that you can do it, and it's kind of helpful. Well, we get another missile expansion. And a bit of health back too. But yeah, it's actually useful in some situations because it does save you the need for a jump. But it's also a pain in the backside sometimes. Like, you literally have to be experimenting to find out because the instructions aren't there. Alright, so now, let's go and investigate our toad. and kill him. How nice. So, casual destruction of creatures aside, we have the Morph Ball bomb slot. This slot is active. Inserting the Morph Ball and detonating a bomb will usually cause these slots to send electrical impulses that can activate different types of devices. So we're getting a lot of lore and a lot of gameplay. As a mix, activate these and we'll start draining the water. This is how we access the doorway further into the area. And, oh, roll. Alright, so now we need to get to the next one and activate that. Because once we activate all these, we will be able to get ourselves another item. Over here and up here. That beeping does indicate there's a timer, so now we have activated this and the doorway is open. The water is permanently drained from this room. Now, there's a reason we want to do this. We can't go too much further, but if I don't fall off, then doing so will actually give us a little bit more of an advantage. Up, and up. So if we go all the way through here, we can't do anything about this. This is a magnetic rail system. It appears to be active spider ball technology required to access track. Now, I was legitimately surprised that the spider ball actually first appeared in Metroid 2. I genuinely didn't know that. But we do get another energy tank by going this way, so it was worth coming here. So we can still bomb jump, but that little jump from the spring ball does kind of help. However, the spring ball usually has better jumping in the 2D games, as far as I know. So we've got plenty of kit. We're getting plenty of kit anyway. If we want to avoid the ions, we can simply go through here. Now that we have the Morph Ball bombs, life is a bit easier in terms of navigation. But we'll also want to go back to the area where we accessed this, because there's more we can do if I stick. Now, I don't think I can get up there. Can I? See how high the spring ball takes me. I want to at least try it. About here. About here. No, I don't quite think I can get up there. Not just yet, anyway. Oh, nice, I stuck my landing. We do want to go through here because this pathway is actually optional, if we're being honest, but it does get us something important. I mean, we will need to get it eventually, but pay attention for a moment. Anytime you hear that humming, one of our pickups is nearby. There's a missile expansion on the way, and we can actually get another missile expansion if we wind up going through here, along with something that's actually important for us. we can essentially have our own shots pass through us. Just wanted to muck around for a bit. So, plenty of poisonous water. We also need to find these runic symbols. 4 must be activated. So, it's interesting. Everywhere there are lots of dead and dying trees. These roots originate over the walls. No decomposition detected. Host plant appears to thrive on toxic water. Which actually leads us to a pretty interesting scenario, which I'll bring up a little later on. Ow! Rude. We do need to go down here to find another of the runic symbols. So we can essentially just sort of skip over some of the details by just letting go of the L button. But if you want to read the whole thing, keep the L button held and keep pressing the A button. Now, there are deeper water sections in here, but you won't sink into them and wind up getting lost and heavily damaged if you fall in during this point. They're at least nice about that. So take care of those Reaper Vines, and the last runic symbol is right there. And you, of course, need to scan one more, which is actually right there. It unlocks the gate, and observe that those are closed ions. I mean, just look at the detail on the eyelids. Oh wait, they actually do hurt. Walking into them does hurt you for some reason. Grab the Chozo lore. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent. The fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. Pretty dire stuff. Now, I want to duck in here first, because you need the bombs to get there. It's a bit of a chore to deal with it otherwise. Now, we do have to come back here later, because there is a spider ball path to a pickup, which is a missile expansion, but we've got another one now. Yes, it's probably a little bit more economical to come back when you've got the spider ball, but that's much later, so I think I'd rather just grab it and be as kitted out as we can. Through here we go. Interestingly, that sandstone we destroyed is gone, and this is our charge beam. We've recovered nearly everything we had at the start of the game, save for the grapple beam and the Varia suit. So, charge beam acquired. Press and hold A to charge, release to fire. And all of a sudden, those ions are awake. Geez, the details in the eyes. Now, that's a bit of a mess. Anyway, let me have a look. Oh, it does tell us about the power beam. Default arm cannon, it has the best rate of fire. Use the right stick to select the power beam as your active weapon. Can be used to open standard doors. If the shots ricochet, cease fire. The power beam is not working against the target. Useful to quickly clear an area of weak foes. Is it under secondary items? Charge beam, yes. The charge beam allows you to increase the damage and effectiveness of the arm cannon. Press and hold A to charge the arm cannon, then release A to fire. Samus's notes, the charge beam has a limited tractor beam capacity. Use it to pull small objects in. There are charge combo enhancements scattered around the environment, blah 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 blah. So, A charge beam will take care of ions. Essentially, it's an anti-piece. You can just shoot your way out by stunning them. But you've got a new pickup. You're wondering, what can I do with this? And the developers gave you a good opportunity to show what it can do. The increased power and its effectiveness is very well utilized because, well, it's just a really good approach in a lot of games to have an opportunity to use your newfound abilities. To discover what they do, take a little bit of time to look around. It's very good practice to actually have those sort of anti-piece moments in a lot of games. Because it's like, okay, you've got the ability to do this in a safe environment, to learn, to work out what you can do. Like, look at 1-1 in the original Super Mario Bros. So we can go further on into our adventure. But I think I'd like to spend a little bit of time backtracking and then getting all the things we can. So I will probably keep going. Don't save just yet. But next time you see me, I think I'll be back in the main plaza. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.